Alright, so today we got a surprise announcement that movie characters are set to return into the game. In this case, Kusaka, Dark Rukia, and also Kokuto are making their return tomorrow and will only be available for the next 6 days. It's a very short amount of time for a rerun banner, and I just wanted to go over these characters, talk about them, because for the most part, they are rarely ever talked about. And at the same time, movie characters, in case you aren't already aware, they are some of the rarer characters in the game. Definitely up there with Burn the Witch. For the most part, movie characters only ever return once a year, and it appears that now is the time for that to happen. Now, before we do talk about this particular banner, do understand because this is set to return, we're also going to get another movie selection banner with Senna and also Shuren taking the spotlight. And at the same time, it was also recently data mined this morning, courtesy of Hiken, that Fires in Your Blood War Round 15 is making a super early return sometime this month. And also Spirits Arthur with you Round 5 is also set to return on the 7th of March. If you are more so interested in selling on those banners over this one, then I recommend you start saving your orbs now. But having said that, let's talk about the movie selection, the first of the potential month, with Kusaka, Dark Rukia, and also Kokuto. As already mentioned, the banner itself is going to be available from tomorrow morning and is going to leave on the 10th of March. While this banner is out, we are going to be getting Senkamon on the 5th, so you have potential 500 orbs to summon on this particular banner. And as already mentioned, on the 7th of March, Spirits of You Round 5 is set to return with these particular fillers. As for the banner itself, it only features 7 characters, and rate-wise, they're actually pretty decent. At a 7% pull rate for a 5-star, since we have a 7% 5-star draw rate with 7 characters, you have a 1% chance to get any individual character. Every 5th step is going to be guaranteed a 5-star, while step 1, 2, 6, and also 7 are discounted at 150 and 200 orbs respectively. So, step-up wise, it isn't really too bad. This is actually a pretty decent step-up format. Unfortunately, it only goes to step 10, but 7% is higher than usual. And again, the most important part is that if you do see the 5-star light, it's guaranteed to be a movie character. But how good are these characters? Do any of them hold up? Well, let's talk about it. So for the most part, the only ones that are really worth talking about, and the ones that are really worth using, in my opinion, are going to be the free banner characters. Dark Rukia in this case is a speed no affiliation character with the sorry per kill ability. I guess this is good to know because there isn't that many great speed sorry per killers out there. Obviously, the most dominant one that was just recently released being Tenta Zangetsu, but Rukia's whole gimmick here is that she wants to be used against power soripers, and when she is used against power soripers, she's actually a pretty decent character. She has good enough strong attacks, and because she was an end of month character, she was given Havoc plus 20%, so strong attack wise, she isn't really too bad. Damage does leave to be a bit desired here with only Frenzy plus 1 and a 20% Berserker, but lucky for her, she does have some very good skills here in regards to having an increased chance of inflicting stat ailments against only power soripers, in which when she does inflict a stat ailment, she then does 20% more damage to those weakened enemies. And then she's also one of the few speed characters in the game to have nullified range resistance. So she's actually quite decent in Extreme Cup whenever that rolls around every few months. So Speed Rukia isn't really a bad character by any means. She only came out in 2021, so she isn't that old, but she isn't anything special, especially compared to nowadays with some of the powerful characters that we have been getting. Again, as already mentioned, Tenta Zangetsu essentially does everything this character does, but significantly better, and I mean significantly better. Having said that though, content hasn't really gotten super hard since then, characters have just gotten better, and Dark Rukia is a good enough character to be used. She's far from unusable, and if you are a Rukia fan that enjoyed this movie, this is going to be one of the few times to potentially try and get her, especially in the year 2023. Kokuto is a power no affiliation character with the Hollow Kill ability. In his case, he's actually held up quite decent. Again, damage output wise, very similar to Rukia, isn't anything super special here, only having Frenzy plus 1 with a 20% Berserker, but he does come with weakening on every single attack, has a great set of strong attacks, and combined with Havoc plus 20%, he is also definitely still usable in a lot of different content, especially because he was given guard break. His unique effect though is that he is a link slot character, so by using this character in any IT lobby, IZ lobby, or epic raid lobby, you are getting those 5 additional links or potions. So again, kind of similar to Rukia, if you are a fan of this particular Kokuto, he does have some pretty cool visuals. You're able to get a lot of usage out of him, mainly when it comes to epic raid fun because he does give you those additional links or potions. Since he does have weakening on every single attack, he does make for a decent character in epic raids, but really the only bad thing about him in epic raids is just his damage output. Frenzy plus 1 and 20% Berserker is okay, and there will definitely be more characters coming out in the future that just do more damage than him, and you'll probably quickly replace him. Especially because for the majority of players, the only reason why you would use him is for just getting the extra links or potions. But just like Rukia, if you are a Kokuto fan, definitely great enough still be used. I'm not trying to downplay these characters, they're just good. Sure, there's better out there, but there's also significantly worse out there. He's still a great character to be used, and him having the links or potion skill allows him to be definitely more usable than the average character, so he still has some value. And then lastly, we have Kusaka, a technique storyboard with the Sword Kill ability. In this case, Kusaka, again, also just very similar in terms of the designs here. Great set of strong attacks. Damage output isn't anything super high, but he does have a tad bit more damage compared to the other characters in this banner. In this case, with Frenzy +1, a 20% Berserker, 20% more damage to frozen enemies because they can afflict freeze on every single attack. But he also buffs your team's technique Sword's damage by 20% to enemies afflicted by his status element. He has a really good strong attack hit, and with Havoc +20%, again, he is great enough to be used in quite a few content. Sure, there are a lot of great characters out there that are better than him, but he's far from bad. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's kind of funny that he's a technique Soripa, and a character that is significantly better than him is a technique Toshiro that also has Soripa Killer. Kind of ironic, but yeah, Kusaka again still holds up quite well here. Just a very solid character, all things considered. As for the rest of the characters though, they are pretty much just resurrection orbs. By pulling them, you're going to get 200 orbs, and maybe a decent link. In Ichigo's case, he is a power striper with the Hollow Kill ability, and while it's true his resurrection did give him Flurry, which is actually a pretty good upgrade, the only place you would really use him is in Guild Quest as a side NAD character. His soul trait though, 25% normal attack damage plus weakened duration, can be quite useful again in certain Guild Quest weeks. And that's mainly about it. Shuren, a technique no affiliation with the Super Kill ability, is kind of bad, has no redeeming qualities about him whatsoever. Even the link itself isn't really that good. Again, mainly just going to be orbs here. Toshiro, a speed Super captain with the Super Kill ability, again quite old, definitely can still be used, albeit going to be very, very slow in clearing content. His whole thing again is that he can resurrect, but he does have a decent soul trait, that being 20% strong attack damage with 10% strong attack recharge. The link is pretty good, and that's the only value he's really going to offer here. Yin and Yang, a cool character in concept, is a power no affiliation character with the Sword Kill ability. As for their resurrection, it didn't make them really better, but they do have a somewhat rare soul trait, that being 20% normal attack damage and also 10% recharge. It's a combination that is great for normal attack damage characters, especially for those that have a utility SA2, such as a boost or barrier, and it's actually a really good soul trait that I would love to see more of, but we don't have that many out there. Yin and Yang being the few characters that actually have this combination, and it's a great combination. So their only redeeming quality here is again the link aspects. But overall, that's basically the breakdown for this particular banner. It's not really a great banner. I do like the step-up format, just being 7% across the boards. With only 7 characters, each individual character here does have a 1% pull rate, which is actually quite good if you are fans of the characters and you're trying to pick them up. But it's just not that good. Sure, it's nice that 4 of these characters can resurrect, and 2 of the 4 can offer a good link. There's just way better options out there in terms of links. And as for the characters that are actually usable and playable, that being Dark Rukia, Kokuto, and Kusaka, again, they're just good. Like, they're good enough to be used. You can easily skip them with ease. There's no problem missing these characters. I don't even own them, and I'm not even tempted one bit. These characters too are just so rare that even if you get them 1 out of 5, it's going to be so long, if ever, if you can ever get dupes of them. So they're always going to be worse just compared to other characters that are a tad bit more common that you're eventually going to get dupes of. So I really just don't think this is a banner really worth summoning on, even for those that are fans of these characters. But again, that's the only reason why you would summon on this banner. You really like the characters. You want to play as Dark Ruki, for example. I know she's actually a pretty cool character. I know a lot of people like this particular form. By all means, go for her if you want to. Again, she's only going to be available potentially now until 2024. But another reason to summon, I guess, would be for collection purposes, because these are rare. And I, for the most part, would like to consider myself a collector in this game, but even I'm skipping this banner. I don't have any of these 3 characters. I'm not even beating the discounts. I think it's a low-valued banner, and I would much recommend to save for, you know, the upcoming 1,000-year Blood War Round 15 banner, for example. But that's just my opinion. In the comments below, let me know if you have any summon plans for these particular characters. If you are, good luck. I, for the most part, would probably only recommend just doing the discounts if you're missing the entire banner, right? If you're missing the entire banner, doing 1, maybe 2 steps wouldn't be the worst idea, but I would highly recommend most people don't go anywhere near step 5, unless you really want the characters. And that's basically about it. But with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and peace.